What's going on, guys? Timothy here. I wanted to make this video talk about really one of the weakest killers in this game, the Clown. Now, you probably heard it from anyone and everyone that Clown is one of the weakest killers, has no map pressure, can't hook people, can't really down people. Which, I don't think is the truth. I think he has massive snowball potential put in the right hands and he's an incredibly powerful killer. I'm going to do a breakdown video on why I think this is actually. So, hope you enjoy it. Alright, Haddonfield isn't probably the best start, being a completely survivor-sided map, and knowing that the people that I'm versing all have over 2,000 hours each, I knew I had to find a person as quick as possible. So you can see here, I was finding the closest gens, hoping that there was someone on that gen. Kind of lucked out up here, seeing that the Nancy was out of position, hoping that she had sprint burst. That's why I was throwing the bottles at her, seeing that Tap was also out of position, but a lot more so that I could actually go for them. My intention was them to vault the front door, window I should say, that way I could cut them off, throw a bottle down there, and then gain more distance. Hoping that they did that loop again. They actually baited me by going up the stairs instead, which is a very smart idea if you ask me. I saw the blood at the front thinking that they vaulted, but obviously not. And they actually escaped from the front, which is also another smart way of trying to escape. Knowing that Tinker is probably going to go off any second, which it does, I have to stop that chase and go to the other one if I wanted to preserve that gen from being popped, especially when there's two people on that. I went for the person on the right, knowing that this person is more out of position. Going through a narrow corridor, I can slow them down a lot and also get a hit, which is basically a free hit. At this point, I knew I could go for the kill again, but knowing that they're going down the basement, obviously they're going to do a free hook so that gen can get popped, which is a very smart thing for the survivors to do. I could either drop them and go and save that gen, but I figured I'd just hook them as quickly as possible. Seeing that gen pop there, it doesn't really matter, but also that vault notification was a really big source of information for me, knowing that someone was upstairs trying to unhook. Also, the blood on the floor gave me an idea that the person was already injured, so I knew it was a Tap because I was the only person injured. Knowing that I had to hook this person as quick as possible, because as soon as I picked them up, they're going straight to that basement to get that unhook, which they did straight away, which is very smart. That Dwight was way too out of position because I saw him already coming, so I tried to injure people as quick as possible and then go for the unhook. Bit of bad luck here, getting the Tap again while I was trying to get the Dwight off the unhook. But also knowing that the Dwight didn't have much way to go anyway, I could get some free hits and hopefully down here. Not too sure what he was trying to do there. I think he's just seeing what I was going to do next. I figured I might as well chase the Dwight because I haven't hooked him yet. Corkstop is a really brutal, really good on Clown. He gives you that fast chase and also the quick reload speed at the same time. I actually thought this was the Dwight going up here because my Undying gave it the aura. Knowing that the person is close to the vault, I can easily just M1 them without having to vault. I should have double backed here, and then instead of trying to get that vault, which was a massive mistake of mine, figured I could try and get this pallet out of the way and then unhook that person. Knowing that the Dwight already dropped the pallet, it's a pretty unsafe area if I break that pallet, if I do say myself. Basically, this game is me trying to hook as quick as possible, not leaving any room for error, because I know when I do, they're obviously going to do gens. Kicking that pallet obviously gives it an unsafe advantage for the survivors. My next objective is to try and find the next person as quick as possible. Seeing that Tinkerer went off, I would figure that there's either two people on a gen or one person on each gen, giving two gens. Seeing the Dwight came back as well, basically there's another insta down. So now that I can't find any other people, I know now that there's two people working on gens. I can only hope there's 2 on 1, but obviously I don't know until I get more information. Getting the two hooks close together is a very powerful position for me, because then it drives both people to this position. Also, hooking these people near all the gens as well is very powerful. Knowing that the Nancy would have had to rotate left on me, I could easily get a free hit off that as well. Hopefully I can get a trade. But she did really well here at the tap. Obviously body blocking with borrow time. Going through, I don't think was very smart for the survivors because there's all three of them, which I didn't even realize when I was trying to chase the Nancy, and then Dwight was there, and then obviously the tap was there instead. A bit of bad manners there with the teabags, don't know why. I wanted to hook the detective tap because I know they're on the death hook and they just popped off 2 gens at once, so obviously someone had to die with 2 gens remaining, so that's why the tap had to go. Showing nothing in my aura reading, I kind of felt like they were really close, and obviously the blood pools gave that information. Now I finally found the Nancy, trying to cut him off there, but they went behind me, which is a really smart thing. You can see also when I was putting bottles down and trying to put my position in a way where they're forced to run through it. But obviously it didn't go to plan. I assume the Nancy's just gonna take the same path as she did originally, going through the top vault, so I had to cut it as quick as possible and short as possible so I could get that before she vaulted, which I obviously did successfully. They're in a really strong position at the moment, actually not healing. I assume they're doing generators. I could hear someone at the top there as well, which gave me very powerful information. So now I know there's only one person doing generator right now, and the Tinkerer just gave me that information right away. I figured the person's either self-healing or using self-care because they just healed themselves. I know they're already at the top as well. So the person I'm going for, I definitely know, is going to be the Fang. I still don't have any terror radius here. They did a really good job with that dead hard as well. Yeah, actually, now looking at it, I thought they would have went back upstairs. Just going to bait that, but they're just waiting for me to break the pallet, which is very strong on their behalf. Like I said, a lot of these people have 2, 3, even 4,500 hours. So what I'm doing here is just basically following the blood trail, knowing that one person went to the right. I'm going to check up on the other gens as well. We got really lucky here with the blood pools, knowing that there's a second person here to our left as well, being the Fang Min that I originally chased. Try to get them out of position by throwing that bottle down and getting them away from this pallet loop, which successfully did, so I can get another down here. I wanted to basically get this hook as quickly as possible so I can get information from that barbecue and chili. I like to hear it as well, getting the hook as close as possible to that down that I could possibly get. Seeing the information that I just got given from the barbecue and chili, knowing that there's only one person on the reading, I knew the other person, which was the Nancy, was nearby trying to either do a gen or the unhook. Putting pressure on the map closest side to where the person got hooked would give him a more greater chance to do an unsafe hook and for me to get another down here. Knowing that the Dwight also rotated right behind me to get that unhook, I think they might have been joking around here a little bit. Don't know why that Dwight didn't give the Fang borrowed time and just ran away here. I kind of felt bad for the Fang. So that's why I kind of let it away and chased the Dwight. But I also stopped at the same time because I heard someone working on the generator and knowing I couldn't get that Dwight in time as well. Not knowing where the Nancy went, I just kicked the pallet, sorry, so I can make an unsafe loop and then possibly go for that hook on that Fang. But also hearing the Nancy behind me as well gave me enough information. A bit of bad luck that I got stuck on the bush there, but things happen. Looking at that, what I was doing there, throwing the bottle on the outside, encouraging Nancy to run through it and slow her pathing down, so that I can cut her off again when she goes and tries to do the same loop. Knowing that I can unhook that person, I know the Dwight, if they're smart enough, is going to go for the heal on the Fang Min. So I'm going to go straight back there, hoping that I can get the Dwight and or the Fang. Seeing that the Dwight just got the Fang, I'm just going to go for the Dwight there because they're fully healed. tacos? Hell yeah. Hopefully they're good tacos.
Not knowing exactly sure where they are at the moment. I saw the Fang there, which I didn't really want to go for, so I was assuming that the Dwight was still behind these houses as well. That's why I'm going back here now. The Dwight should have committed on at least a trade, so that Nancy could have got off.
There he is.
But now that they're injured, I feel like they just kind of gave up at this point, giving me a key, pointing, don't know why.
Imagine.
So I can just unhook, so I can just hook them, sorry.
Imagine.
And probably, and potentially get more information from Barbecue and Chili. Seeing that there's no information from Barbecue and Chili and also scratch marks there, I knew the person was very close by. Do quickly reload with the cork stopper. Try and cut them off when they're rotating left on me, and also hearing the Fang run back the other way, I knew they rotated the other way. Try and go back into the Myers building, which is the blue 2-story. Trying to force them to go through the corridor. They went up the stairs, and then obviously, and then went down. Knowing that they went back to the corridor, I could slow their pathing down. They just got unlucky there with the vault being, the end of the game, so to speak. Seeing that the hatch was there, I wanted to give him benefit of the doubt and give him hatch, but as you can see, this is why I think Clown's probably one of the strongest killers. There's so much map pressure when you put pressure on around gens and hooks, and quicker downs when you play it right. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like what you see, don't forget to like and subscribe, and looking forward to seeing you again real soon.